I'm not saying I'm rich or nothing, but I think I may have a murder hornet. Nope. Nope. Not today, Satan. Well, they're looking like cherries now. Oh, yeah. Last couple of days, I've been working inside the house, and I'm working inside the house again today. Taking a little breather break, letting some dust settle. Had a lot of work, a lot of tearing out. And I ripped out the floor in the closet, the coat closet in the front room, and realized that there's definitely some mold underneath it, so I decided to rip that out. And I'm kind of glad I did, because underneath it I knew that there was a little bit of rotten wood from some previous termite damage. So I'm trying to get that ripped out. But coming out here to the garden, trying not to get myself shocked. Not yet. I gotta wait for 200 subscribers for that. It is Tuesday, and this week I have to finish the living room, which includes ripping out all the flooring that exists there, fixing any subfloor issues, putting down new flooring, new subfloor padding, then the flooring itself. But before that, I've got to paint the ceiling, and then seal, and then paint the walls. So my arms are tired. Can't even hold this camera up. I feel it. But it's from finishing drywall on the ceiling. And here's what I've got so far. Unfortunately, we stacked all of these on top of this row. So I've got to move all of these, which is no fun because these are heavy. But check out this. Isn't that fun? And then these vents, I gotta rip out. They've basically rusted. And then I got my corners done today. All the way around. Tonight, I will do my final coat on almost everything. Those corners may not dry. Just gotta keep working at it. All right. So today's Wednesday. I haven't made a ton of progress in here actually. I did everything but the final coat here. So final coat has to happen today. Although yesterday I had a lot of fun. This bee got in the house. He's not having a good time. He had plenty of opportunity to leave. He chose otherwise. As I'm coming over here in this hall closet here. Now I knew there was some damage underneath. We did notice this. You know, from underneath it was pretty easy. But our inspector did not find what I just found over here. So it looks like there was some water or something that sat in here for a while. I don't know where it came from. It's dry now, so I think it's older damage. But looks like water was spilled in here, and it started rotting out this area under here. Now there's some termite damage down here and also some termite damage in this room. So it's not just water, it's some termites, but termites like water too. So here's where the big problem is. So you can see down into our cellar here. But if you look over here, this sill is super soft. It's just completely rotted out. Everything's fairly rotten right there. Now, this isn't the worst that there is, but this joist here, the top, the bottom 6 inches or so is pretty good, but the top 4 is pretty rotten. So as I go to replace this, I want to go ahead and get in here and fix this if I can. So this is what it looks like from the bottom. As you can see, this has all been destroyed by termites, and you can even see where they've got their trails here. So if you're in a basement, this is what you look for. Now we did see this, and we knew that a lot of this stuff would need to be replaced, but it's just figuring out the extent of the damage. Now we did not know, and they did not check, and should have, is to see how far back that goes, because these beams aren't too bad up until they get right there, and that beam's fine relatively. Now it looks like they've definitely eaten some in the middle here, but the bigger issue is that sill plate being rotted out has kind of lowered this floor a little bit here. So this floor would need to be lifted back up so the sill plate could be replaced. Now that made me look around at the rest of the place, and I don't really see any other issues. So I think that's the biggest part. We kind of knew that. I mean, the only other issue we know about is underneath this bathroom, that the wood needs to be replaced there, but we knew that going into it. I think the decision we're going to have to make on that hall closet for right now is to kind of shut it off. I can't let it stop my progress in the living room, so got to keep moving. Man, that's a nice red looking cherry right there. The biggest question I haven't been able to figure out, and if you guys know, let me know in the comments, is how important is it that sill plate is actually attached to the concrete wall on the bottom? And the reason why I ask that is because I can understand how to get it jacked up a little bit, rip all that sill plate out, maybe cut that bolt, and then slide a new sill plate under. But I don't know if it has to be attached back, and if it does, how I would get a new bolt through or get it above that, because obviously I can't jack the house up forever or 6 feet in the air. If you guys know, let me know. I may find out. All right, it's it's May 20th today. I'll do a quick garden update. The onions are doing great. Potatoes also doing good. Look at these onions there. Lettuce, we've already picked a lot off there. We need to come out and pick some more. Our radishes, They're doing great. Peas starting to blossom. You hear the flies. Need to weed our carrots a little bit more, but we did thin them out a little bit. More peas. These guys are getting super tall. Still some of our original radishes in here. Definitely growing. It would be growing faster if we had rain, but we have not had rain for probably a month now. Besides maybe a slight sprinkle. And it's a little bit disconcerting, but I think next week we're supposed to have some, and then potentially the week after that. Although they said that 3 weeks ago. But I've been watering with the drip tape and hand watering some as well. And everything's at least surviving. Now, tomatoes probably twice as big as they were, which isn't saying a ton, but they are doing fairly well. There's some Better Boy tomatoes. Oh no. So I was taking a break from painting, and I came out here and picked a couple of these cherries. Yeah, they're good. You see what I see? See if I can zoom in here. Oh, I can't zoom in. Let's see. A little rabbit. He ran into the woods now. Well, I can't tell you how good these cherries are. It's no shirt day. No shirt week. Yeah, decent size, growing. So here's all the stuff from inside the house that I've ripped out and just thrown out that window, or drug out here otherwise. So far so good. I still got some painting over here, but it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. It's just got to be clean. I'm getting the ceilings done, and then I'm going to tape them off when they dry, and I'm going to start painting the walls. And then once the walls are painted, it's floor time. This is going to look like a brand new place for the most part when we're done.